how many times did I talk to you about this movie?
Gosh.
Saying it's going to get made, and then I'd see you in the next movie, and like, what's happening with the fighter? And I just started getting embarrassed. I was like, because I don't like to talk about things before they happen.
Right.
But the material was so good, I thought, well, this is a no-brainer. I mean, this movie's going to happen. Well, I thought it was going to be very inspiring and a huge emotional roller coaster with a lot of humor and a lot, it has it all.
It does. It does. And even the title itself, I mean, The Fighter, obviously that's your character's profession, your character's brother's profession, but even just with the things they do in life, your guy's a fighter. Same thing with the brother and the mother.
So many things, and to pull his family together and to become the man that he needs to be, to lead them and ultimately achieve his goal.
Right. And, even the character of your mom, played by Melissa, I told her, I said, she was a fighter in another way, because honestly, where there was one part when the whole family got together, and they're all calling her mom, and I'm going, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then more would come in. It's like,
it's 9.
This
Just like
one's
my
got
mother.
9 children.
Yeah, my mother, 9 kids, and still leading the charge. I mean, tough as they come.
Right. And then for you, like you said, I mean, this had been a long journey to get this thing put together. What was it like when you finally sat down in the theater and got to see this project?
I watched it by myself, and I got really emotional because I was just amazed that we had actually got it to the big screen. But then I realized, I didn't watch the movie to see if it was any good. I just kind of stared at the screen, and then I said to you, I had to watch it right away again to see if we actually had something there. And then I realized that this could be pretty good, because there were times where I would have made the movie for the wrong reasons just to get it made, and for whatever reason we were protected and we were allowed to find a way to make the best possible version of the movie.
And then Christian's character, especially at the end when you see in the closing credits the real brothers, you realize he really embodied that guy.
Yeah, and Dickie's such a colorful character. I mean, even with all the heartache and the pain that he caused, everybody always loved him. He was always such a sweet guy.
And then for you, like you said, not only an actor in the movie, executive producer, then also you had to work out and get in shape to be the boxer. So you had all types of things you had to worry about.
It was well worth it. I don't want to have to do it again anytime soon, but it was well worth it.
No, excellent job in the movie.
Thank you very much.
And the part that really brings it home is when you watch at the end the closing credits when they've got the real guy.
The real guy's right, yeah.
And you're like going, man, you embodied
Yeah,
this
well,
guy.
they were around all the time. I've got that luxury. I've been able to hang out with Dickie for plenty of time. And, Dickie's on good behavior in that little clip at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, the real Dickie, I had to bring it right down for the performance in the movie. David said to me, people are not going to believe.
Right.
He's going to be just so over the top if you actually do it like this. And also, it would have required subtitles as well, because Dickie goes off in his Dickinese.
Right.
And it sounded like Queen's English to me after a while. I understood it, but nobody else had a clue what he was saying.
Oh, geez. I've seen some people like that. I know some, where you're just kind of going, what did he say? He asked, how are you? Good.
Yeah.
And then even for you, you went through this great transformation. I mean, how much weight did you lose for this?
I don't know. I never got on the scales because it wasn't about numbers. It was just about looking like somebody who could be a welterweight, because my body type is not welterweight.
Yeah.
I never was able to get down to the weight of actual welterweight. I wouldn't have been able to move or walk around. But just had to look like that, have that kind of leanness, that squirrely way of fighting that Dickie has.
Right, and then also, even the part when he hadn't got involved with his habits at home, just even the jerkiness, as well.
Right. Yeah. Well, Dickie is somebody who has so many mannerisms and was able and quite happy to show me everything about himself and the good and the bad.
Then another big part for your character, I don't want to say love of his life, but was, of course, the Sugar Ray story.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, Dickie went for years on that story, and still does,
Yeah.
I mean, and that was one of the things that really struck me. There was all this argument about, did he really knock him down? Did Sugar Ray slip? And I would think to myself, look at that. Look at the assessment of that fight. It doesn't matter if he put him down or he slipped.
Right.
The guy went 12 rounds with Sugar Ray Leonard. That's phenomenal. Who else could do that?
Right.
But that wasn't enough for everybody, So think of the pressure of that, you've done that, you're that good. Yeah. That's not enough for everybody. They want you to go along with the story that you knocked him down. And it clearly was not an out-and-out knockdown. Probably the guy slipped, But the fact that nobody gave him the respect to say, you went 12 rounds with Sugar Ray, that wasn't enough. That's crushing to anybody.